Hi, welcome to the Marley Bird channel. In this video, you're going to learn how to do a spike stitch. So join me right here with some worsted weight yarn and your hook, and let's get started. I've already began a swatch when I chained 15 stitches, and I've followed the pattern all the way up, and I'm taking you through this pattern. If we were to ignore this section down here, all I've done here is I've done 2 rows of single crochet. Down here, I've already completed it. My blue was my starting single crochet row, and then I changed colors to the tan, and I did 2 rows of single crochet there. Then I switched back to the blue, and that's where I created the spike stitch every 3rd stitch. So for the spike stitch, you want to make sure that you chain a multiple of 3 plus 2 stitches for the actual stitch count. And then if you're going to do a single crochet as we're doing today, you want to chain 1 more. So you want a multiple of 3 plus 3, okay? Now, I've gone ahead, I've done all of my rows, and I've done 2 rows of my contrasting color, and I'm creating my spike with the blue. So I've gone ahead and changed my colors. I'm going to chain 1 to get the same height of the single crochet for the next row that I need, and I'm turning my work. I'm trying to get all of these strings out of the way so you guys can see. Now, I'm going to start off in pattern, which states to do 2 single crochets, 1, 2, and then we're going to do a long single crochet 3 rows below. So we're going to skip, we're going into this stitch row, but we're not doing this row, not doing this row, doing this row. So maybe I should say we're not going into this stitch, but we're going into this stitch area 3 rows below. So not that one, but this one. One thing that's really cool about this is by changing colors, it's easy to see that, oh, I'm gonna go work that stitch all the way down here where my blue is visible. So you don't really have to count the rows because you know that 3 rows down is where you have a blue. I've continued on by doing 2 single crochets, and now it's time for me to do the long single crochet again. So I'm gonna, to represent this stitch, not that one, but this one, put my hook in, yarn over, pull my loop up. If you can see, I like to have it just about parallel to the work, yarn over, and then draw through 2. So I'm just completing the single crochet as normal. I'm gonna do that all the way across. So this is my repeat. This is the one I wanna represent. Not that one, but this one. Pull up a loop, finish my single crochet. I'm gonna keep going here till I get to the last 3 stitches. Not that one, but this one. Go in, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, draw through, and I finish off with 2 single crochets. You will repeat these rows like this. So I'm not changing colors yet. I'm just going to go ahead and work the whole next row, moving my marker up because that's going to be my first stitch with just single crochets. So I'm not doing anything fancy dancy on this row. I'm just doing single crochets all the way back. And when I changed colors for this swatch, I went ahead and I carried the yarn up along the side instead of cutting colors each time because I'm just doing 2 row color changes. So when I get down here to the end after doing all of these single crochets and I'm going to change colors, I'm going to show you that I'm just going to pull the color up from the 2 rows below. So I'm putting my hook into my last stitch here, yarning over, pulling up a loop, but to complete my single crochet, I want to grab my tan yarn. I'm dropping the blue yarn, taking the tan from this row here, and I'm pulling it up, and I'm going to wrap my hook with the new yarn and finish off those stitches. So then I can chain 1 to get the height for the next row, turn, and then work single crochet. So I would do 2 rows of single crochets with the tan, and then I would go back to the blue and I would repeat the very first row I showed you on here. And what that will do, it will give you a really cool elongated, some people like to call it a long single crochet stitch, but it's technically called the spike stitch. So I'm going to finish this row and set it down so that you have a good visual of what we've completed here. It's really neat when you have the contrasting colors like this. Your color that is on the, I call it the relief color, but I don't even know if that should be what it's called. The tan is the one that it never really does anything more than just be the single crochet. It's these long spikes in the blue that create the cool texture. If you want to try this out and maybe stagger these stitch spikes, you can always try out the cozy pattern video that I have here on the channel. I'm going to put a link to the pattern right there so you can go check it out. It uses this very technique to complete this really great coaster. Coffee cozy. There's a coaster that matches it as well. And so you could use this technique for that. Now you know how to do the spike stitch. I hope that you will enjoy making this stitch in some of your future projects. Join me back here next time on the Marley Bird channel. Thanks.